Hello, my name is Keith and I'm known as the Florida Stone Man. And today I'm talking to you all about what this time of year means, the month of December. And this is for most of my viewers, most of the people who are in America or this side of the equator. But today I'm going to be talking to you about what the month of December means for you. And what does it mean when it starts to get darker outside? No one seems to really know this, so I'm going to teach about this because if you pay attention to cycles, you can actually identify where your biggest growth is at. This is really cool. Now, this is awesome because I've been teaching so much shadow work videos, and you guys are like, he's making me become a better person. How dare he? But yeah, I'm going to actually push you guys to become better people. I don't tolerate any negative energy, just like the angel Saint Michael the Archangel. And I teach you guys how to cut it out of your life and to become higher versions of yourself and to become a more blessed version of yourself. And most importantly, to move closer to God, because you're not developing your spirituality if you're not moving closer to God. You're simply playing games. And some people don't like to hear that, but too bad. Someone has to tell you. And not universe, God. Okay? Especially if you want to work with angels, I'll tell you right now, if you've been talking to anything but God and you're working with angels, you're probably not working with angels. They're probably just watching you. That's it. They're just looking at you like... That's how they look at you when you don't talk to God. Okay. Now that we got that out of the way. This year... No. Every single year, around the same time, when it starts getting darker outside, when the sun starts going down much earlier, there is something that happens. We go into our subconscious shells. So a lot of us go inside more often. A lot of us, we'll go inside our subconscious mind. We'll go inside the deeper part of ourselves. And this time of year, you guys will notice you're more irritable. In the summertime, you will be feeling more lonely versus this time of year, you'll be feeling more irritable. Sometimes it's the other way around for people depending on where your ley lines are at astrologically, but it's different for everyone. But I'm going to talk about the more common thing for everyone who's watching this video. But maybe you guys could think of it like this. Since it's getting darker outside earlier, you do a lot more introspection than thinking outwards when you can't see. If the only thing you can see in a dark room is absolutely nothing but your subconscious mind, you're doing more thinking. Your thoughts are more active. You're more inward. You're focusing more on what's happening inside. I'll give you another example. If you're coming from someone who works out, but if you are at the gym and you want to see the most amount of muscle development and the most amount of change inside your body, you'll close your eyes. That's a little secret as well. So, I've had people walk up to me and tap me at the gym like, hey, wake up. I'm like, I'm meditating. Hey. I'm not mean like that. I'm just like, hey, don't interrupt my meditation because you can meditate at the gym. Water almost got me. But when I close my eyes at the gym, it's because I'm going inside my body. A little practice you guys can do before you do your physical exercises. Close your eyes for about 15 seconds straight and focus. Just think about the muscle that you're about to hit. And then hit that muscle and you'll hit it much more efficiently. You'll lift heavier weights and you'll perform way better. Same thing with spirituality. If you're going to do a spiritual exercise, if you're going to do something related to your spiritual powers or your spiritual gifts and abilities, close your eyes for about 15 seconds, then let it out. It's kind of like before the dragon's biggest fire, it holds the fire in for a little brief period of time before it just shoots out, like Lord of the Rings. Dragon's not a good example because dragon's related with the enemy, but there's an angel that put down the enemy, which I'll keep mentioning because all these different singers and songwriters want to talk about, devil. Yeah, the devil got slayed. No one wants to talk about that. He got beat, and he'll keep getting beat. And at end times, he'll be stuck in a place where no prayer can be heard by the Creator. But which make sure you're not following that because you'll go down there too. But back to my topic. This time of year is the time of year a lot of you will have more inner challenges, a lot of more inner wars, inner battles, especially if it's darker earlier wherever you live. A lot of you will have inner war. That's good. Because just because you don't notice a problem doesn't mean it's not happening. A lot of you will cover a problem up for years, but that problem never gets fixed. And you guys are not you guys, but people will not become better people. They'll be the same exact people as they were in high school. And I've actually seen that. I've seen people in high school who didn't go through their shadows, or every time their shadows came up, they just suppress the shadows so that it goes straight back into them. And I've seen people from high school who are the same people now from when they were in high school, which is almost 10 years ago. That's scary. That is scary. If you are the same people from who you are in middle school and high school, there's something wrong with that. Like, you're not changing. You're not moving closer to God if you're not changing. People are like, well, I've done this for 60 years, 70 years. And I talk to elders. I don't have to change anything I do because I've been doing the same thing for 6 or 7 years. How has that been working for you? I gotta stop using people as an example when it comes to that, but that's not serving you. That's not helping you. It's not doing you any favors. It's not doing you any good. It's doing nothing but harm. Your thought patterns not being able to change drives people away, leaving you to be completely alone and without spiritual abundance and spiritual poverty because you're by yourself. Now, look how beautiful the sky is. Wow. And if you guys can tell, it's getting darker earlier and earlier where I'm at. So maybe you guys can understand why I'm helping you, coaching you along the shadow work. Sometimes some of you are doing shadow work without you even wanting to do shadow work. What does that mean? It basically means that shadows will always pop up regardless due to a trigger, someone saying something, anything. Your mind stores stuff. It doesn't ever fully delete anything. It's always saved. And with light, when you stand in the light, you're going to have a shadow. So there's no person without shadows. There's no person without shadows. Everyone has a shadow. It's the part of the human nature. It's part of human spirituality. It's kind of like not seeing your reflection. If you don't see your reflection, then I don't think you should be watching this video. I think you should get holy water or something like that. I'm kidding, but I hope you guys can see your reflections. But the thing is, if you're not working on yourselves constantly, you're going backwards fast, and you're attracting people who don't need to be around you. You're attracting things that don't need to be around you. You're attracting circumstances, situations that you don't need to be dealing with. So, yeah, Stone Man's going to keep pressuring you. And if you ever get overwhelmed, take a break. No one said you had to do this all at once. How do you... I don't like this example. How do you eat an elephant? Or how do you... Piece by piece. You don't eat it all at once. I don't like that example. I'm going to find... How do you wear every crystal? Piece by piece. Okay, that's a better example. Because my body kicked me off meat when I started spiritually elevating. Once certain gifts opened and I started seeing angels, I couldn't tolerate meat anymore. I was like, bleh. But that's the thing. This time of year, every single year, you guys will actually experience the most growth, whether you like it or whether you don't like it. Or you'll have the most potential for growth, because the shadows come out this time of year. The shadows gather this time of year, subconsciously, in the physical and spiritual worlds. But it's up to you to suppress the shadows, amplify the shadows and release them, or to make the shadows your best friend and basically to work for you. What do I mean by that? So once you see certain things are not going your way, you start changing certain things, right? Hopefully. But this time of year, okay, this is different for everyone. I would like everyone to take a look at what they did last year, what they accomplished last year, what you manifested last year around this time. You'll notice around December every single year, you're actually doing some kind of growth, whether it may be better or for worse. You're doing some kind of growth to push you towards your higher self. That's because you're the shadowy time of year, which is this time, which is when I'm teaching you guys to do the most shadow work. You're doing the most development. So I would like you guys to, maybe you can pause the video, keep watching the video, etc. But after this video, look at what you did last year, or what you accomplished, what you did, etc. And you'll notice this time of year has a lot of growth. This time of year is very major for shadow work. Now, what do you do about that? And here's the thing. The time of year where you guys are most comfortable is actually the summertime. So, like I said, this is going to be kind of general because everyone's completely different, but around the summertime, you guys are more likely to feel lonely, or around this time, you're more likely to feel lonely. Depends on your cycle. Everyone has a completely different cycle, but you have to keep track of different patterns. I'm all about patterns and growth. So people tell me, oh, you notice a whole bunch of stuff whenever you're at the gym. So for example, if I notice every single Monday, my muscle's not growing as much, or I'm not getting as much from my exercises because the gym is too full, because everyone is at the gym on Mondays, what am I going to do? Like, oh, it's Mondays. Mondays are just full. Or am I going to say, hey, why don't I come 30 minutes earlier and no one's here, and by the time they get here, I've done my workout. Then I can talk to some people and say hi on my way out. So you're actually developing, you're learning, you're growing. Don't just not question cycles. So every year is a cycle. Oh, I'm going to put this in this video. I'm not going to make it its own. Well, I'll make it its own video too, but towards the end of December, you're actually not going to see the most. I mean, in the new year is actually when you won't see the most growth. You'll see temporary growth. What you'll see is you guys making goals, which is really good. New Year's revelations. New Year's resolutions are very good to have, but you should be doing your New Year's resolutions right now in December, before Christmas, before New Year's. So by the time the new year has already started, you're already going, and your New Year's resolution's active. Every single person who I see, not every single person, there's exceptions because some people don't do this, but people who make New Year's resolutions will go 3 months into the year, maybe 4, and get tired and bummed out, or they'll get fatigued, or they won't stick with it because that wasn't part of their habits. And people are like, wow, I guess I didn't realize that about myself. What do you do about that? What you do is you actually put your New Year's resolutions in December, because that's the best time to do them. So you're already active when the new year starts, and you're already going. It's a wonderful thing. So it's a lot to think about. And your own experiences will kind of be evidence for you guys. So what are some examples of some accomplishments that you have made in last year around this time, or last year around November, December, kind of January, the energy kind of like starts dying off. So you'll notice the least amount of accomplishments most of you have due to astrological weathers and different kind of environmental and subconscious circumstances. The least amount of growth you'll see is summer, because you're comfortable. Something about you is comfortable. Something about your subconscious is comfortable in the summer versus winter, because the days are longer. It depends where you're at, because it could be completely different for you. The days are longer. Everything's completely different. So this video is talking to you more about the subconscious aspects of when it starts getting darker earlier, because your mind starts going in. You'll notice you'll make bigger moves. Not even like, what do I mean by if you want to or if you don't want to? Certain things will force you to change around this time of year, is what I'm saying. It's kind of complicated to explain that to people, but it's very simple as well. So name some accomplishments that you made around this year, around this time, or accomplishments that you have made last year. They might have been accomplishments that you did not want to even make, but you made them. Like, I got my new car last year, but it took forever to find the car, etc. Or, I started my small business because you maybe got fired from your job around this time of year last year, and you had to start your small business. So you're being forced in the direction of growth regardless, or if you don't accept that, then you're just going to go downhill. Sounds mean, but that's life. So most importantly, move yourself closer to God every single day. Acknowledge and just expect, even around this time of year next year, around December, November, even October, these are times of the year where the shadows are pushing you to grow, where you're most likely to see some challenges that force you to grow. These can be emotional challenges. Some of them can be financial, to make you step outside your comfort zone, but this time of year is all about stepping outside your comfort zone. It's not fun, but it's going to help you achieve your blessings. So I don't know anyone who's achieved the most from their comfort zone. If you guys can name anyone who's achieved the most from their comfort zone, then let me know. But this time of year, you guys should know, is the best time of year to get outside your comfort zone to make the most progress. And you'll notice around the summertime is when you guys make the least progress, or very minor jumps of progress. If you have any questions, guys, ask them in the comment section. This is why I've been pushing you guys to do more shadow work. The sunset's very beautiful over there. I can zoom in. I can't zoom in, but if you have any questions, ask them in the comment section. Do all your goals. Most importantly, move closer to God. Until then, I will see you guys next time. Ciao.